Welcome to this week's Yep Yeah Yes with Tamika and Marissa. This week's topic is fuck the world, don't ask me for shit.
Oh my god, I thought you were going to say F the world.
Everything you get, you gotta work hard for it. Nope! Oh, it's a lyric and I'm going with it.
Okay.
Tamika, how was your week?
It was okay.
You just sunk into the chair?
Yes, because I didn't expect you to use the actual word.
Come out the gate.
Now I feel like a prude. Although I was
driving
your daughter to her nail appointment last week, and she's 7, and I I was playing Biggie's.
Oh, she likes Biggie.
But it was like all the curse words.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, whatever, it is what it is. I don't care. You know what I mean? So you just do what you got to do, and so I'm like a prude in some cases. I'm a prude when I'm the initiator of the prudeness, but I'm not a prude when it comes to other people, like song lyrics and stuff like that. So
right.
That's why I cringed.
But she does like Biggie.
She thinks she likes Biggie.
No, she does. Whatever it's on, I see her bopping her head, and she will ask. She goes the song.
Are we talking about Foxy Brown again?
I love her.
My mother sent me the original video. It's by a guy named Glenn. Shoot, now I can't remember.
A guy named Glenn.
It's a one-hit wonder.
Why is the name Glenn so underutilized?
Can you Google that in a minute? But anyway, we go back. We're off topic already. So
you're so negative.
Oh my god, you can't.
Oh my word.
So. Now, what is this topic again? F the world. Don't
ask me. Right. So, but I have so many scenarios in my head where that lyric comes into play. I feel like that is like the theme song to my life. Giving
and where does that
receiving.
Lyric come from? If you can't keep referencing a lyric and you don't know the actual artist
and the song. I can't. I'm having a brain fart. I'm a little hungry. I didn't finish my lunch.
Well, that's not an excuse.
I know.
Where's your notes? Exactly.
Hold on.
The song is Biggie featuring Method Man. The song is actually called The What?
The What?
And the hook is F the world, don't ask me for shit. Everything you got, you get it. You got to work hard for it. Honey, we're not going to get into the rest.
Did you see that Method Man interview in the last few weeks?
It was on Drink Champs.
Is it?
I don't know.
It was. I saw it on the internet the other day, and it was really good.
Okay.
Anyway, I digress.
I can't.
So what the?
You want to start the show over?
Nope. Okay. We're rolling with it. It's a train. It's already left the station. So there is one moment in my life where I'm like, man, F you. Don't ask me for nothing. So you used to work for a major label company in their marketing department. Mm-hmm. And you used to always get these free passes, free tickets, free whatever to concerts and stuff like that.
Right.
And I am so thankful that I was always your plus one. But every once in a while you had a few extra tickets. Can we talk about this or no?
No, we can.
All right.
I just have to say, you were my plus one often, but you were not my only plus one.
Oh, no, I know that.
My cousin Yolanda was constantly a plus one. Yeah.
Frank, Froman. No, yeah. I get it. No. But I'm very lucky.
You definitely rolled majority of the time.
No, totally. So anyway, there was this show that you were like, oh, why don't you invite your cousin and his friend? And I was like, oh, all right. So we're there in the venue. I think it was at, was it Hammerstein Ballroom? I forgot what artist we were seeing, and he turns around, and he's like, there's this phrase in Spanish, no tiene pelo en la lengua, you have no hair on your tongue, meaning there's nothing to stop you from saying what you're saying, or always asking for a favor. He's that guy.
Okay.
Always asks for a favor, but doesn't realize that perhaps it's inappropriate to ask, so he goes, hey, listen, so if there's any ever a show that you think I might like, just give me a call. I might not be busy.
I don't remember this, but I'm trying to remember which person it was. I do remember.
And I just remember
mouthed him to me.
And I remember looking, and then I looked over at you and like, this is the last time he will be invited to anything. And you were like, what? I was like, oh, no. He asked. Now he does not get.
Can you mouth the name of the person to me? Yes, that's what I thought it was. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, y'all. That's some behind the scenes.
That'll be in the book.
Exactly. But yeah, true.
I thought
so. And then we went to the bar after, right?
Yeah.
And had wings or something.
And Mofo didn't even pay.
No, yeah, I had to expense it and.
But this is what I'm talking about.
I didn't have to expense it, but.
But that was the choice. But the thing was, it was one of those, man, F you. And I remember he and I having this conversation at one point in our lives. Like, oh, such and such owes me a favor. Owes you a favor? That's your mother effing elder. You don't owe you nothing. Owe you a favor. You're like fucking 12. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my gosh, Marissa.
Shit. No, I'm going through a midlife crisis again. And I'm getting angry at myself.
On a side note, this whole midlife crisis thing, I jest when I say be quiet. But when you think about, like, how old are you? Like, real talk, how old are you?
I'm 38.
So, you will be lucky if you make it this, 38 plus 38 is what, 76?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, 76.
So, no, but I'm saying, like,
oh, no, that's a blessing.
Life. I'm 44.
You know what?
If I make it to 88, it's like, I'm like beyond midlife now. Next week, midlife crisis. Is it real or not? Anyway.
Real or not? No, but this is like, I think the second one I'm having, because I had one in my early 20s. And
next week's show, we'll talk about midlife crisis.
Oh, right. Okay. No, I'm trying to explain where this, like, anger is coming from. So, cut to, it was a friend's birthday. And at the time, it was the whole thing to, let's get a limo, let's go to Manhattan. And it's like, oh, fine. So a friend of mine, she was like, oh no, it was her birthday, it was a different friend. Okay.
If I start laughing, just know she's mouthing to me who the person is, because I can't remember mofos. I block it out, a lot of stuff, so if I laugh out for no reason, that's why, because she just told me, she dropped a dime.
So anyway, a group of friends, and homegirl says to my other homegirl, oh, I'll just tell Marissa it's double, and then she'll cover your portion. So the homegirl that she says this to calls me up and is like, listen.
I remember that too.
I'm just letting you know. And I was seething. Because it was one of those things like, listen, if you tell me you're broke and I got it, we all got it. I would have paid for the whole effing thing. Had they been like, listen, I want to party, I want to have a good time, but I just don't have the money. Buy me a drink. If you can, I'll pay for the whole thing. But because you had to be sneaky, I called her up and I was like, you really think that your friendship with her is bigger and greater than my friendship with her? Wrong, sweetheart. And I'm not going. So, F you and your limo.
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. And then I want to cut to, like, one of my mom's divorces. And homeboy tried to take my mom's house. Or her apartment. Her condo. Whatever it's called.
In Tortola. It's not like,
yeah, the BVI. Yeah. But I'm saying to myself, like, man, F the world. Don't ask her for shit. Like, you really gonna try, like, where you cheated on her? And you're really gonna try to take her business and her abode?
And he said yes.
He was like, with his hand up. Man, F the world, don't ask me for ish.
But it's like, I mean, the thing about that is, like, you say that, but how many times do you say that and then you actually back it up? Like, for example, the situation that happened with your friends. Did you remain friends?
I did.
Was that the straw that broke the camel?
That was.
But you just hung out with her still?
No,
it wasn't?
No.
You never hung out with her ever again?
I have not hung out with her since.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then another one, same group, homegirl, you were going to LA.
Oh, me?
Yeah. And I was
one
like,
of my solo trips?
One of your solo trips. But you know what? It centers you, so I'm with it.
I haven't been in a while, but yeah.
So anyway, so you're out there, and I was like, I hit up homegirl, and I was
wait,
like,
that's not, I didn't go by myself. You met me afterwards. That's the only time I've been to LA. I flew out there by myself.
The day before. No, this was
You're
a
talking
different
about Miami.
time.
I've never been to LA by myself.
Well, it was one of your solo trips. You were going somewhere, and a girlfriend of mine had been living there.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, she's going to be there this day and this day. This is her number. Can you just text her? You know, maybe you guys can get together at a bar or something. Or let her know where you'll be. Maybe she can dip through. Your trip comes and goes. And I was like, hey, whatever happened? You never talked. And she was like, well, she never called me. And I was like, I never gave her your number because I don't do that. I don't give out people's number. I was like, I gave you her number for you to hit her up. What happened? And she was like, well, how dare you be so rude to me? And I was like, excuse me? I haven't talked to her since.
Fuck the world and ask me for shit. But what did she ask you for?
She made it
to make you feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, because she had asked me for favors in life, just like small things. It could be something like, do you know somebody who works here? Do you know somebody who does that?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you have a network. You know, you develop a network with time.
Right.
So it was like, yes, I do, in fact. Let me hook you up. And then this is what kills me. So at the time, she was working here on Long Island, and she wanted to move. And the company she wanted to go through, I had a contact for somebody in that company in the, like, I don't want to say in the environment, I don't know, somehow or another, I had a contact for somebody in that in that company. And I was like, don't use my name, but send an email, because when they forward it, it's like an inter-company email, and that's gonna, at least you'll get noticed.
Right.
So she was like, great. I didn't get her the job. She got the job. But it was like, you know what I mean? Like little things here and there that had come up through in life. It could be something as simple as a car.
But they add up. It's like you keep doing things for people.
Right, and it added up. And I'm like, dude, you can't just send somebody, I'm going to be here, come through, like, word? Oh.
I mean, it's crazy, because I've been in situations, and as recent as, like, a couple weeks ago, a week ago. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, it's one of those things where, what do? It's easy to be like, F the world. Mm-hmm. Don't ask me for shit.
Right.
But then you're like, they ask you for shit.
Yeah.
After you said, don't ask me for shit, they ask you for shit. And you'd be like, okay.
You're real presumptuous. No, but I'm at the point where now I'm learning to say no.
But you're doing, is like, what I'm speaking on specifically is with family.
Oh, that's the
because
worst.
With friends, like, I can, like, you always make fun of me because it's like I hold on to people longer than I should.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't make fun of you.
But you always
make mention a few times and laugh and giggle, whatever.
Right. But the thing that you don't really always acknowledge is the fact that, like, I can, like, really dump a person.
Yeah.
And how many times, even with guys that I've dated, how many times to this day a mofo will call me, they're married. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, but I can let a mofo go, but when it comes to family, it's not as easy for me.
Yeah.
You know, and so at what point do you say, do you tell yourself, like, that statement is not true? F the world, don't ask me for it. Like, it's not accurate, because obviously I'm giving people multiple chances to screw me over and treat me like I don't matter. Like, for example, my mother, I was having a conversation with her, and something happened with a family member of mine, and my mother made me realize that, like, I didn't look at it this way until she said it to me. I was like, damn. So she said to me, she was like, oh, so now that you're no longer needed to serve their purpose, you haven't heard from them, and they're not reaching out to you. See, it's like, what are your plans? Or are you following through with the plans? No mention, because you're not serving that person's need. I'm paraphrasing. Like, all of a sudden I felt really bad. I was like, oh, I didn't even think of it that way. You know what I mean? She wasn't trying to be mean or anything like that. It was just, she's pointing out an obvious situation that I had not, because my mind didn't allow me to go there.
Right.
Because I can be naive at times. A lot of times. I'm naive when it comes to family and relationships.
Right.
I think that people value me in the same manner that I value them. And it's not always the same.
Right.
It doesn't mean they don't value me. It just means that the value placed upon me is not in the same. It doesn't mirror the value I place upon them. And so when she made mention of that point, I was like, well, damn. But it's family. So what am I supposed to do?
I think you got to look at that situation as a whole. Because are they busy because you don't matter? Or are they busy or elsewhere?
There's no busyness.
Well, but I'm just trying to, like, look at the whole pie and not the slice. Because, you know, sometimes it's like, you know, I think we've all been guilty of that, where we get addicted to our own story, and we fall into the trap for a moment, and then, you know, once we're out of it, it's one of those, like, oh, let me reach out to T. I haven't spoken to her in a minute, and that wasn't their intention, but that's just what happened.
That would make sense, but that's never that's never the situation. Right. I honestly, like, I probably get a little emotional because you know how my heart works.
Yeah.
And I don't do things because I want to be reciprocated, but I do want to be appreciated.
Right.
And I don't do things because I want to be appreciated either.
Right.
But when I'm in my need, or when I'm disrespected, I remember the things that I've done.
Right.
That are not reciprocated.
Right.
And it's like, damn, by the time I actually get 88, I ain't gonna have no friends. I mean, no family. Because I'm gonna keep cutting mofos off.
You know what's so funny? I'm in a situation right now where I feel like I'm ready to cut some family members out. So I have a family member who you only get invited to things when it comes to like when you have to bring a gift.
Oh Lord.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So one of their siblings' child is getting married. So we're all sitting around waiting like, now are we going to get invited to the wedding or are we not? Because it's one of those like, because you bring a gift, there's the whole pomp and circumstance to like that ceremony. And then I was thinking to myself, I don't think I have the emotional capacity anymore to continue to include them in my daily activities. And it's one of those like, I'd rather my circle small and strong than big and weak. Do I need to, like, how big of a pie do I need when it comes to enjoying and celebrating my life?
But are these people, you're saying your daily activities, are they really in your daily activities?
They're not at all.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So only when there's moments of celebration to bring a check am I invited and I am thought of. So I'm thinking to myself, but you know what? I have done the same thing too. Mm-hmm. But in this situation, I'm the child. While I'm a full-fledged adult now,
you're still the younger one.
I'm still the child in the situation, and it's one of those like I've invited them to celebrate with me with no reward, meaning no check, no gift, no nothing, and I haven't been celebrated. So it's one of those. Well, I think I'm at the point where, not completely cutting them off, but when it comes to me delivering a check or a gift, that's gonna go to the wayside. Have to be
subsided.
Yeah, completely subsided. And then I was thinking too, when it comes to friendships, it's one of those things where I don't really ask for much, but what I do, the three things that I ask for, it's a lot for people. And I'm at the point where if it's a lot for you, that's okay. So we're gonna be acquaintances.
Right.
And that's where we're going to stay.
Yeah, I like that. I think I remember someone told me that my standards were too high.
And I never agreed. And I'm
like, it boggled my mind because I'm like,
I remember
how are my standards too? Like, I want you to be honest with me.
Yeah.
I want you to trust me. I mean, I want to be able to trust you and vice versa.
Yeah.
And I want to have mutual respect.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to forsake me.
Right.
How is that high standards?
And that's why I never agreed. But then the level of friendship.
But I started thinking to myself though, like,
could it
maybe
be
that's asking too much.
But see, that's the thing. And this is where that F the world, don't ask me for ish. You know what? I'm asking you. You're right. I am asking you for too much.
Yeah. So
you and I won't ask you for nothing.
Right. So that's we good.
We good. Thank you. We're good.
I'll see you on the next store visit. It's crazy though. I don't know. I do struggle though with the whole give and take thing. I really do. It's something, just it has not gotten easier. It's a struggle of mine because I want to be there for people. I want to be there for my family. I really want to be there for my family.
Yeah.
But like I said before, like I was raised where family is paramount in your life. Like before any and everyone is family. And when your family disappoints you.
But see, that's the whole thing. And that's one of those things that really I took issue with at a young age. So my mom was always, the narrative to me and my brother was always, it's the three of us, we're a team, it's the three of us, it's only us, it's us against the world, it's only us. At the time, she had left my dad, so she was a single mom. Mm-hmm. And she literally was a single mom. My dad didn't help her with nothing. Financially, emotionally, like nothing. But he was still a good dad, so I'm not like putting him down. When he was with us, he was with us. But it was few and far between. Yet I digress. But then it
time is money.
Time is yeah.
But anyway.
But where was his effing money to my mom? But whatever, I digress. This show ain't about you, mofo. So anyway, so I'm thinking to like cut to my brother. He meets his wife, and all of a sudden it's like, well, hold up, you ain't part of the tribe just yet. Like, I can't just turn around and give you all of that just because you said so. Like, you were engaged before. Like, you had other girlfriends. Like, dude, like, you be falling in love too quick. I don't know what the fuck all this is. And then he turned his "it's us" to "it's me and her," and it was like he wouldn't talk to me for a minute.
I remember that period of time.
Yeah,
it was a struggle for you.
Because I couldn't understand, because he also doesn't communicate.
Right.
He's the type that like he just won't talk to you, and you don't know you're being ignored. But I'm like, I didn't give a crap that I was being ignored. It was one of those things like, I'm in my own thing right now. This is what you're going through. That's fine. And it was like, it was a struggle because his narrative to his now wife was very different to his narrative to me. And then all of a sudden, it's like this dynamic was expected to change, but there was no consult. You didn't discuss this to the tribe. It was like, hey, I met somebody. Hey, this is my girlfriend. Hey, now this is my wife. They met and married in like 2.5 months.
Right.
And it was like, you expected her to be part of the tribe like that? Like,
well, let me ask you something. Did you ever take a look at yourself and realize you might have done the same thing in your life?
No, because, self-reflection is the hardest reflection.
Even though you and I are not siblings, by the time that you got married, we were super, super close.
Right.
I'm talking every day, hanging out, just like we were always together. We worked in the same industry, meet for lunch, go out to the club.
God, you're living my dream right now. I can't wait for us to work for the same company
but
again.
I'm saying, it was very much,
yeah.
And then we go on vacation. I'm going to break this down. So we go to Argentina. We're having you had just broken up with your boyfriend. We're enjoying ourselves, having a good time. It was March. Which is weird because we went in March. No, but it's like weird because like, why would we go to, you know what I'm saying? What?
I'm just following this story.
And the only reason why I remember the day that you met your current husband
mom's birthday.
is my mother's birthday.
I know.
That's the only reason why I remember.
I know.
It's not like a creepy, like, remember all your significant dates.
Well, let's not continue that thought because not everyone knows what you're about to say.
No, I'm not going down that road. All I'm saying is that there was this expectation on your part, well, accept it. This is it. And I'm like, except what? I've never, like, you're talking about some guy, I've not even met this guy. I met him one time. He had a baseball cap on that covered his eyes, basically. We were at the pool hall. Remember with our mutual friend? It was like the pool, whatever that pool hall. I think Sandra, what's the actress? I think she owns a Strikes or
Lucky Strikes.
No, I forget. Anyway, we're at the pool hall in the city, and he came. And I remember I had my photo album from our trip to Argentina and stuff like that. And then you and I had a conversation, and it was like, well, this is us, and this is what we're doing. Like, you're talking about you and him.
Ew.
I'm like,
I used the word us. That is so disgusting. I'm so sorry.
Get on board, or this, that, and the other.
Oh my.
And then
Lord.
I remember the day
right now,
the day that I said to myself, is your friendship with her worth continuing on? The day I really contemplated, like, I'm dead serious. The day I contemplated,
I'm so immature. I'm so sorry.
Listen, the day I contemplated not being your friend, you told me, based on a situation that happened, that he told you, well, whatever, just don't be friends with her anymore.
Ew.
And you told me this.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I didn't know how to feel about, like, he don't know me, so it's easy for him to say whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But for you to come back and tell me that, I was like, so it's them against me. And I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore. But then you self-reflect, and I was going through a period of time.
Oh my God.
It was just crazy.
I know what you were going through at the time now, and I'm so stupid.
But anyway, so I'm saying this all to you because you're thinking about how your brother, he brought this girl up in here, and we supposed to just accept her?
Yeah.
It's like you did the same exact thing in the same pretty much period of time.
Yeah.
Like, it was expected.
Oh my gosh. So stupid.
The things that you don't like about others are the things you don't like
about in yourself. Who knew? Man, I'm so stupid. I'm so
sorry. You're not stupid.
No, because it's such an immature way to handle things. And I think to myself now, like, and
as you're telling the story, I'm like,
you stupid ass, right? You dummy. But this is why youth is wasted on the young, because it's like, there's just some things that come with time, and you will only learn them with time. So while you might be book smart at 20 and you think you got your ish in the bag, sweetie, you don't. You're a baby. You don't.
It's crazy.
Oh my word, I'm so dumb. I should, man.
You're not dumb. You live and you learn.
You
don't
live
call
and
yourself
learn.
dumb, because it is what it is. But I do know it was a very trying time, because I was just like, how do you go from somebody that you hang out with every single day, and then
I can't believe
it just flipped. It completely. Like, I'm telling you,
the hell is this with you, Marissa?
I'm like, we were just in Tortola last week. What are you talking about? I remember sitting at the bar and you like breaking it down to me, and I'm like, huh? What are you even talking? Anyway,
I gotta.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I'm cringing. I am so
it's
like,
okay.
ugh.
But yeah, so
I want to talk bad
like,
about other people and not myself. Thank you.
But it's always about self-reflection, and I think when it comes to what people say about you or to you, like you were talking about your friends with the like make her pay double. It's like. It's the whole level of respect.
Yeah.
It's like they don't respect you.
Yeah.
And so the F the world don't ask me for shit is a statement based out of it's a statement based out of hurt.
You just gave me closure to that whole moment just now.
What moment?
Just now. Oh my Lord. I'm having.
Are you going back to your brother?
No. The moment with the whole like make her pay double, it was respect. Because this is what's so funny. So, I wasn't a good friend to her either.
Right.
She didn't respect me because I wasn't a good friend to her either.
You never would call her your friend.
But she was also doing self-destructive things. Self-sabotaging things. And a friend would have been like, dude, you're greater. Your purpose is greater than all of this. Let's get past this. But I expected her to be a friend to me that I wasn't to her.
Right.
And I just got closure to that, and it's like put to bed and done with. Oh my Lord.
It's funny because this situation with Demi Lovato. Like, it's crazy because they said that she was binging the night before with her friends, like drug binging or whatever. But the fact is, like, are they her friends? They left her. They called 911 and left.
Oh my God.
So 911 shows up and they find her by herself. So it's like, respect is a big thing.
Respect
you know what I mean?
is a huge
like, don't ask
thing.
me for shit. Like I said, I think that whole statement is out of hurt. Because you don't say that to somebody that's actually reciprocating the giving and the taking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so when you think about like her situation, not to say it's the same situation as yours or mine or anything like that, but it makes you really focus on who's there. Like in your darkest moments, when you're sitting there and say you're on the floor and you're crying.
Yeah.
And you think about the people who you could actually call, and they would just sit there and sit and listen and sit there in silence.
Yeah.
Or even if they don't sit in silence, like, what is it? What can I do?
How many times have you been on the phone with me and I'm like, I don't know. Let me call you back. I'm going to cry. Okay. Click. Okay, I'm done. Are you? Yeah, hold on. Let me call you back. Okay. All right. And it was never like, Marissa, stop fucking calling.
Right.
It was never, you're so, homie, you're so right.
So it's just,
you're so right.
People know this in the beginning of relationships. The friendships.
Right.
And they learn to know this about their family members. In the beginning, like we've had conversations where there have been relatives of ours who, when you're young, you have a preconceived idea of who they are.
Yeah.
And as you grow and they grow,
right,
you start to see them for who they really are.
Yeah.
And you're like, they're not who I thought they were. Yeah. And they're not who I can depend on.
Yes, I said this last week, right?
Yes.
So, what? I was just mentioning who they were, and I was like, oh, because I used to think of them in one way, and then now it's like, oh,
you're not who I thought you were.
You're not who I thought
you actually are who I thought you were, but now I'm like, that's not actually a good thing.
You know what's funny? So I had I have like this group of cousins, right? Mm-hmm. And the dynamic between all of us is very funny. So I have not looked at us with labels, like you're the hard worker, you're the lazy one.
Right.
I haven't done that.
Mm-hmm.
But one of my cousins has. And I've always felt like she has me labeled wrong. But then again,
I know exactly who you're talking about.
I know,
because I can see it.
Yeah.
It's been I've heard it said.
You've heard it said. And there's always moments where it's like, to get a joke or something like that, she's deprecating to me. And then I think to myself, she needs that. I had to have a closure because I was speaking to another cousin, not about her. It had nothing to do. It was about all our dynamics. Hey, have you spoken to this one? What's going on with that one? And I just remember thinking to myself, I need to come to closure with this, because what I'm doing is, when the thought pops into my head who this person is, it's going negative. And that's not who I am. I'm not a negative person. For other people, for myself, absolutely. But anyway, I can't continue this. And then I was thinking to myself, she's reflecting how she feels about herself. This has absolutely nothing to do with me. She's putting out what she feels about herself. When she calls one person the know-it-all, and you're like, are you kidding me? You swear, you tell all of us you swear you know the best way to do it. Are you kidding me? And then she says the other one is the loudmouth and the gossip, and you're like, oh my God. You just told me a secret from, like, are you kidding me? And then, oh, you're not dedicated. Are you kidding me? You just dropped out for the 5th time from doing I don't know what. So she's projecting and reflecting
her stuff.
She's
trying.
Things. She's trying. Yeah.
If the other person's not receiving of it, then it's not working.
And I think I was receiving it for a little bit, and she was so happy to commiserate because she said
Misery likes company.
She did, yes, and she said to me, "I'm so glad I'm not doing this alone, because sometimes I feel like there's something wrong with me," and I'm like, well, okay, and then like that sat with me for a bit, but then you know what? I had to put closure to it, and I was like, oh, you know what? None of this has anything to do with me. It all has to do with them, and move on, move past.
It's fuck the world, don't ask me for shit. But they can ask, but you just have to you have to pick and choose what you're going to give.
Yeah. And like my mom always says, if I don't have it to give, I don't lend. If I don't have it to give, I don't lend.
What about the like the last part of that hook is everything you get, you gotta work hard for it.
Okay, I want to.
They weren't talking about that because the next line was, "Honey, shake your tits" or whatever.
Well, you know,
we all shake our tits. You gotta work hard for it. You want
exactly.
You want them make it rain.
You want that free drinks too.
You want the money and the drinks and
money, the power,
and the women.
So, but look at this on a spectrum. Everything you get, you work hard for it. If you're in a rut with yourself and your life and the whole self-negative, self-sabotaging, you work really hard at that. It might come easy, but you work very, very hard to stay in that headspace. But then you look at, and that's the thing. You can't look at someone else's life and compare it, because we all have a different definition of success.
Yeah.
You know, I think I am astronomically successful. I'm healthy. I have my health. Mm-hmm. My children are healthy, and I think they're happy. I ask them, and they say yes, but they're also 7 and 6, so, you know, pack of M&Ms and we're good. But that whole spectrum of everything you get, you got to work hard for it is 1,000% true. No matter where you are, you will work hard for whatever it is you're in, whether it's your definition of positive or negative.
Right.
And when you look at relationships with other people, listen, you got to work hard at it. If it's hard at something being negative, meaning we will be mortal enemies, that's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
We will be the best of friends. We will have a kinship unlike anyone else. You got to work hard for it.
That's a lot of work too.
It's a lot of work.
A friend of mine called the other day and been playing phone tag, and I left I was the last person to call.
Right.
So this person called me, I called back, left a message. Mm-hmm. They called me back, left a message, and then I called back. Haven't heard from them since.
Right.
But back, like, maybe last year, I probably would have sent a text message, follow-up.
Oh.
No more. I know that sounds so stupid,
but
so
it's
small,
not.
It's like, I would have really tried to make extra effort
right.
to speak to that person.
Right.
Now I'm just like, I'm not going into that again.
Right.
You know my number, obviously.
Right.
You have ability to text. We all got the same 24 fucking hours. Mm-hmm. I don't care whether you have kids or you don't have kids. We all got something. You know what I mean? And so I'm not going to sit here. Like, I don't mind playing the phone tag.
Right.
As long as it results in, both. I made the last call.
Right.
Like, I can't do that anymore. And it's like, I get frustrated because I allow the guilt to seep in, and like, what am I doing? Why am I being so petty?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I'm just frustrated.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta work for it, and
yeah,
if you're not willing to work and you think everything's just gonna, fall in the palm of your hands and just work out.
Nothing does.
Nothing
does. The only, this is what's so crazy, because the only thing in life that we see how easy it came.
Mm-hmm.
But it's never been that easy. But I want to transition into something.
Okay. Yep, so that's trending.
I want to do that's trending.
Trending.
So, I want to talk about when reality TV gets real. They no longer like it. Because we see how reality TV has been so glamorous and is so easy, and they transition so easy into hair care products, full-on makeup line, fitness apparel.
She by Sheree.
But I want to talk to you about the Bravo franchise Real Housewives.
Specifically.
Am
I saying it wrong?
No, so one of my kids has been hooked on like these 3 words, and it has been killing me. So I've been in a mocking tone, but I think it's more because of me, not them, because I can't spell. Mm-hmm. I cannot spell. But I'll be damned if I say or use a word in wrong context. And when I do, it is the most irksome thing ever. Mm-hmm. So when someone else does it, it jars me. So what this kid is an incredible speller, FYI. Really good speller. But uses literally, supposedly.
Oh, God. I hate that word.
But I'm like...
Not a real word.
It's not a real word. And then yesterday we were doing... What were we doing? We were using homonyms and stuff like that, and we were going through it. And I got to tell you, I had to look at the answer key, because I could not do it, and I was like getting angry at myself. So every time somebody has said something, I've been...
Frustrated.
Yeah, frustrated.
But anyway, so can we focus?
Bravo celebrities, okay. Real Housewives. Okay, so we're going to talk about, since you brought up She by Sheree.
Okay.
She's no longer on Real Housewives of
Atlanta.
She was asked to be a friend, but she don't want to no more.
Yeah, she was like, she's like I think she did the hashtag know your value.
But see, that's the thing.
Exactly, bitch. Know your value.
You do. Yeah, exactly. Legs, hook off.
When your man gets out of jail in 8 years, maybe, you have some value on the show.
Maybe got a storyline again.
But you out here with,
But it got real. It got real. When they wanted it to be real, now you didn't like it.
Right. Well, that's the same thing on the same show with Kenya. Now she got her man and her baby, and she's like, they can't be on the show. Bitch, you're on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like the
housewife. You're finally a housewife.
Act like it. Or get out.
But she didn't want the venom that she put out. So when it becomes real,
right?
She didn't like it no more.
You can dish it, but you can't take it.
I'm one of those.
But that franchise, all of them, they know how to read so good. Ugh. They're the best at it.
They really are.
And who do you think out of all? This is a side note. Out of all the franchises, who do you think has the best one-liners and?
I don't want to say this hooker's name, but I might have to.
Say it.
Bethany.
Me too. I was thinking the same. Mm-hmm. No, she does it like.
She does it like nobody.
But she does it in
the moment, not even in the outtakes or like the cut scenes or whatever. In the moment too.
Like one thing, because you said something. You said something, and she turns it around. I was like, whoa. She's like, they said to you, like, you think you know everything. You think you know it all, and she's like, maybe because I do know it all. And they were like biting their nails, like, bitch. But she's like, she's good.
But I need to give
she's
you
a bitch though.
I need to give you a kudos, because you give a fucking read like no other.
I do not.
First, the fuck all. Yes, you do. You give a read like no other, because you're extremely well read. And the thing is, half the people you read are so effing stupid that
they don't know it. Is it a read?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because I'm standing there like, yes, bitch, yes. And I'm like, this motherfucker's gonna have to Google that shit. And you see them seething in their car later when they finally fucking Google what the F you said, and they're like,
I think I'm witty. But I'm not good at witty. I'm not good at reading, but
oh no, you are.
But I have been in situations where you can see the mofos like, did she just shit on me? Like I have been in
and they're like,
people that I work with, and they're like, wait a second, what?
What?
Wait, what? I remember remember I used to work at this one place, and one of the girls I worked with, she told the boss, our boss, she's like, Tamika is super funny and witty. He's like, I don't see it. He told her, I don't see it, whatever. And so I did a co-travel with him. Mm-hmm. He was like, such and such said that you were really funny and witty. And I said something back to him. He's like, oh, that's what she thought about. He's like, you're always so quiet and sitting in the corner. I was like, you got to be wary of the silent ones. Yeah. Silent, deadly. Anyway, but yeah.
I try to be witty all the time. I think I'm so effing funny, but
I think it's funny sometimes when because you're like awkward sometimes.
I'm extremely awkward.
you'll say something to somebody and they're like, what are you talking about? But it's like nobody got it. But you like, I got it. That's all that matters. I got it. Okay.
Why am I so awkward? Sometimes I'll be like, sometimes I'm brushing my teeth and I think like 44 years ago and I'm like, why did I say that?
But then you'll be like, I'll say, well, what did you say to them? And you'll tell me what you said. I was like, yeah, but that's not. It's like, well, fuck the mofos. I was like, yeah, but they don't know how you really feel because you saying, yeah, I don't know. They just think you really don't know.
Oh my word.
They're not taking that as like you're being.
Okay, funny. I don't want to talk about myself anymore.
Well, yeah, let's stay on topic. You're the one that brought it up. You can't switch. Just now you're uncomfortable, bitch. Still in it.
What's the? You're making me uncomfortable. What is that from?
I say that. I'm uncomfortable.
Yes,
I say that all the time.
Constantly. And that makes me so much more comforted.
I say that all the time.
I'm uncomfortable.
I'm uncomfortable. Yeah.
Oh, and then so, you know how talk about Bethany, man. So on the Real Housewives, you know how she was just like, Carole doesn't have a real job, whatever. And you're like, oh, she's a journalist.
Exactly.
But she's not returning either. She's going back to producing TV.
Who, Bethany?
Carole.
Oh.
Carole.
See, but this is the thing.
Talk about a white lady's name.
Carole, right? It's very white.
And you notice, like, every once in a while, I'll send you a picture of one of my kids, and there's one specifically that I'm thinking of where I was like, look at this dude. He looks like he's friends with Carole. Carole, the one who talks to the manager.
You know what? Speaking of names, okay, so I'm not going to go into the specific names. But my grandmother named her 4 children the whitest names.
What are they?
You know them. My family. My aunt.
I know.
I'm not going to say their names.
Oh, okay.
But they have it's so not their first and last name is like, are they white?
You tricking me.
And then you see them and they're like, what up, though? especially my aunt.
And you know what? Though I have to say that the cousin that I'm about to cut off, I probably shouldn't have said that. Named his daughter a masculine name with a feminine twist to it, and I really, really like that.
See, that's good. But anyway, so Carole leaving, I mean,
she's going back to journalism and producing.
Well, good for her. She's boring anyway, and that whole fight with them is like so stupid. Honestly, have you been catching up?
I can't with Bethany because I feel like she needs to make the storyline so she can keep promoting her brands. Yeah. And I know that. I know that's part of the show. I know that's part of what she wants to do. But she's so venomous and vicious about it.
Well, in the last episode, which aired yesterday, I think. Yesterday. That I forget who it was. They told her that they've said about her because everybody's always scared to tell her to her face because she'll blow up and start crying or she'll be vicious.
Yeah.
But basically, she needs to be in control. She needs to be the one pulling the rules. And I think the breakdown of her relationship with Carole, even though she won't admit it, is because Adam, Carole's ex-boyfriend, Bethany asked him to go somewhere and photograph it. Okay. Like be a photojournalist.
Okay.
For the whatever shoot she was doing.
The chef, Adam?
Yeah. Oh, well, no, I'm sorry. Not photo. To cook.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
I
was thinking something.
Got it.
To be the... Whatever.
Right, the chef, right.
And he was like, well, how much does it pay? And she's like, there's no pay. It's for charity.
There's no pay.
And he was like, well, because his whole thing was by doing that, he would be giving up pay because he makes money. That's not like
his job.
Yeah, it's not like he's taking a day off.
Right.
And so I think because he said, no, I want money, she took it out on Carole. And because Carole didn't say, like, yeah, he's an asshole, he was like, she defended him. I think that pissed Bethany off.
Okay,
Because every time Bethany argues with Carole, she's like, and Adam, and then like the last episode, she's like, everything I've done for Adam and Carole, like I took them on vacation here, and I took them there. And
so what? You don't do to throw it in somebody else's face. I hate them people.
But see, is that the fuck the, is she coming from the fuck the world? Don't ask me for shit.
Yes, because she's speaking out of hurt. But she feels like she feels like she's owed something.
Right.
She feels like she elevated someone else and is owed something.
Right.
But here's the thing, though. In that friendship, there's give and take in every friendship. Right. In every single friendship. So, listen, you gave and you took. So don't sit like you ain't, benefited from somebody of stature like Carole.
Right.
So let's be real. With your this is a crisis, you benefited from her friends.
Yes.
And her friends' money.
Yep.
Let's be real with that, because the circles that Carole's in, Bethany would never be welcomed in.
No.
So let's be real.
This is true.
Let's be real. So some dude who don't want to cook for free, you're a chef, put your hat on.
That was her whole thing. That's what she put
your hat on, bitch.
Yes, exactly. I mean, even though this
is you a cook or is you a chef? Put your hat on, bitch.
So we can come up with shirts like that.
Oh.
But we're neither, so anyway. Yes. But the whole thing though, like with this segment is like, now all these people are leaving because is it too hot in the kitchen?
Yes. Because reality TV is getting real. But do you think
was it too hot for Carole?
Yes.
Or do you think she really just wanted to go back to journalism?
No, I think
they say the paycheck is nice. For a few weeks of filming.
That's what I'm saying. But I think it became reality TV. It became real. And once it started becoming real and not just a caricature of themselves, that she didn't like it anymore.
I think she's leaving because of Bethany.
Probably, but it still got that means it's real, because I believe they had a genuine friendship.
I do too.
And
I like their friendship.
So do I, and I think it got real.
I think Bethany got jealous.
Yeah.
It seems to me that whenever somebody is in a nice, stable relationship, she can't handle it.
No.
Like, if you think about that.
She needs to heal. She definitely needs to heal, and I get it. It's going to take time. I get it.
How much time?
I don't know.
Everybody's got their own schedule.
Yeah. But at the same time. But you can't be mean. That's the whole thing.
She's a mean girl.
You can't project. You have to sit and reflect. You have, at this age, at 40-something years old, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, all right.
So what about the other franchise? Like, the only other one I watch is the Jersey one. I don't watch the OC.
The OC is done for me because the formula has gotten a little boring to me.
Okay.
It's always they're all housewives. Everybody's depressed. Everybody looks fantastic, but is going to get another plastic surgery, and their husbands are horrible, and they're going to get divorced. And now it's a new me, new boobs, new me, new husband.
Speaking of like just reality TV in general, like the people on the shows, first of all, they give off this aura like they're rich.
They're not.
Because I was thinking about the woman, she's a video vixen. She was in a car accident. She almost died.
Oh.
It was like a couple weeks ago. I can't remember what her name is. Anyway, she almost died, and another reality star that used to be on Atlanta, she started a GoFundMe for her. I'm like, really? It's like that? Everybody got a GoFundMe these days.
I know.
Like, people that you wouldn't expect.
Can I talk about a GoFundMe? Because I have a pet peeve. I got a pet peeve. So, one of my dude's friends started a GoFundMe for his cat's vet bill. It was like $1,100.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I know. But he loves his cat, so whatever, right? Started to go. It was either $1,100 or $1,800. One of those two, right? And I was like, okay, this is a married couple. I know one is definitely working. The other spouse, I'm not quite sure. But I come upstairs and I'm in my husband's office, and he speaks on his speakerphone. So I'm hearing part of the conversation, which I'm always trying to tune off.
Right.
Because it's not my conversation, and I know he speaks in private. So I walked in and then I walked out. And as I'm walking out, all right, man, whatever. Okay, see you later. And he's like, oh, I'm off the phone. So I come back in and I was like, oh, man, I just saw a GoFundMe for such and such's cat. And he goes, yeah, I was just on the phone with him. Oh, how's he doing? Just bought a something for his car. It's like $1,800. And I was like,
see, this is what I'm saying.
What? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. but he's got his cat vet bills that are about the same amount. And he's like, yeah, I know, and I donated to it. And I was like, you're a stupid ass. I'm so ashamed of you. You're a stupid ass. And he laughed a little, and a lot actually. And he's like, I know, I can't believe it. But then I'm like, you got to GoFundMe for your cat bill, but really, you're gonna buy some shit for your car?
See, this is my thing with we are so diverting from everything, but whatever. I can't take
That's
it.
the show. I don't care.
So my thing with that is like I have guilt because you remember I started before GoFundMe. They had the other.
But you wasn't.
Let me finish. I started the other. I can't remember the name of the. I can't remember the name of the company that was doing it. But I started my hearing aid thing. Mm-hmm. But I was for real. Hearing aids are expensive, and I had no money. Like I could not. At the time I didn't even have enough on my credit card to put it on my credit card.
But can we say first of all, hearing is essential, mm-hmm. right? That's number one. It's not covered by medical. That's number two.
Right.
Number three, a hearing aid device is upwards of $3,000 mm-hmm. and up. Right. So you were talking about $7,500 as opposed to either $11. Well, let's go $1,800. $7,000 to $1,800. That's a very big difference. That's number two.
I needed to hear, y'all.
You needed to hear, but it's an essential function
my gosh,
to hear.
It's bad.
But then the thing is, you wasn't out buying shit for your car. You wasn't out buying shit for yourself.
That's what I'm trying to remember. Like, did I buy? Like, that's the guilt that came up. Because
no.
Sometimes you want to go out to dinner with a friend. It's like, I can't because I'm still trying to.
No, you went on complete austerity like a German. You went to German austerity.
I had no money.
You literally went to German. Literally, oh my word.
There you go.
You literally went to German austerity in that period of time.
But it's like one of those. I feel like everybody's got to GoFundMe. The only ones that I feel like are like valid are like medical.
The Kylie Jenner get it to $1 billion.
Oh my God, that was funny. But like the ones that are medical or when somebody needs funeral expenses.
That's yeah.
But sometimes I look at the funeral expenses as shady a little bit when it's like an adult.
I know.
Because it's like, where's your $12 a month for your funeral?
I know.
But when it's a kid, it's like nobody gets insurance for a kid.
Well, I have to tell you that you and your mom have put me on a financial game, so, yeah.
How?
Because your mom was always very much like, it's not about you, it's not about this, it's about your child and giving them what they deserve at that time.
She got me But of course, I mean, I don't care, I say this now, but she said that she messed up. She made her, the one for her, for the benefit, mine is more than hers. So, for example, if I die, she would get more money. If she died, I would get less money. She said, "Oh, I did it backwards."
Leave her alone. She did it. But I took out a cash value life insurance for each of my children.
Right.
So it's whole life, not term. But I also did that for them to have something a little bit later for themselves because it's cash value. It's going to do nothing but grow for them. So there's two parts to that, and I just, I'm just trying to diversify mm-hmm. and secure their financial future as well.
Secure the bag. On a side note, I was watching this show on ESPN mm-hmm. and the guy, Greeny, he was reading what do you call it? A Twitter message that LeBron James posted on his former teammates' Twitter. What do you call it? The Twitter mentions. So LeBron James, the guy, his former teammate is Kevin Love, and so Kevin Love just inked a 4-year. I think $120 million contract
and he
with the
bag.
So LeBron James wrote "secure the bag" with the bag emoji. So the guy from ESPN rereads the tweet and he says "secure the briefcase." So everybody on set, you can hear the cameraman, they all bust out laughing like the bag. He's like, oh well, that's screwed. So, but anyway.
Is it LeBron James who had the capri shorts suit with the beautiful?
Thinking he was Boyz II Men, the one that left the group.
First of all, but why could he pull that off though? Because I kind of liked it.
He looked crazy. He didn't. I mean, to each his own. You can think what you want, but yeah, I didn't see it the same way.
Okay.
Anyway. Glad we stayed on topic.
Hey, listen.
It is what it is.
You're enough, and I love you.
Do you say that because you want me to say it back? Because I feel awkward saying you're enough and I love you.
No,
I mean I do love you, but I hope you know I love you. But it's the whole. I
Listen, it ain't about you. I'm telling you because I want you to know it.
Okay.
But I forgot to ask you one thing today.
My cough is still there. I'm fine.
Okay, I just checking. Just checking.
Anyway, good show.
Good show, homie.
Where can they find us?
At Yep Yeah Yes 18 on both Instagram and Twitter.
Holler!
Hey!
See you next week.